Good morning and welcome to the show. My name is Sean Smith.
And my name is Prescott Phillips, and this is Brew City Bug Talk.
Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. This is Brew City Nighttime. We just got back from Byron, Illinois.
Byron Dragway.
Day 0 of 6 Summer.
Check-in day, tech day, whatever you want to call it.
Wanted to come on here and give you guys a quick recap of today's events and what to expect going forward from here.
Yeah, everything went pretty smoothly. All 3 Volkswagen Beetles are teched in, ready to go, start tomorrow.
All right, 3 Volkswagen. Who's all entailed in our 3 Volkswagen?
So me.
Mr. Prescott Phillips.
Yep. Chuck Fryer and Clint. Yeah, don't ask me to pronounce his last name.
We butchered the hell out of Clint.
I know.
We were trying to figure it out, but it is way too many letters.
It's a lot of letters that you want to put in that should be in there.
So sorry, Clint. Sorry that we butchered your name.
Yeah, we'll get him on the show here in a day or two, and he can explain how to.
He can tell you how to pronounce his own name because we butchered the hell out of it.
But it's us 3 Volkswagens. Clint has a turbo car. Of course, me and Chuck going NA, bump gas. And
Clint's car, does he have to run special gas on his?
He runs a mixture of E85 and regular gas, like 50-50.
So every time you guys fill up, he also has to dump some crap in there?
Yeah, so he's running like E50. That's what he's tuned on. I don't know why he did that, but that's his game plan.
When we get him on the show, you can ask him and he can explain away why he's doing what he does.
Me and Chuck are running just pump gas premium with some octane booster. Learned a little bit about that stuff today. That was kind of neat. Boost-Thane is a internet-only available octane booster with MMT.
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 Oh, MMT. Okay, yeah, that stuff.
It's a chemical compound. It's made up of magnesium. And if you know anything about magnesium, it's very, it's a metal, but it's very flammable.
Mm-hmm.
So that's introduced into the fuel. I don't know. It works its magic.
Gives you a bigger sparky spark.
Yeah, I think it's more flammable than gasoline.
So you got educated on that today by who? Who was talking to you?
I was talking to Bill Alexander, from Driven Racing Oil.
Yeah, we had him on the show a couple weeks ago, and
yeah, we talked to him. He's traveling along with the traveling circus of 6 Summer, so we'll be talking to him off and on during the week. He's building a drag and drive car to participate next year, hopefully. So that'll be cool.
So just a little quick recap. We met at like 7 o'clock this morning and hit the road, got down there probably around 8:45, unloaded and got in line. There was probably, how many cars?
I don't know. I was talking to Chuck about that and how many, as he figured. They never have more than 400 because you can't get 400 cars through you can't just have 400 cars make one pass in the time span of a day. It's hard to do. Even if with 2 cars at a crack, that's 200 passes. It takes a while. All you need is one oil down or one bad thing happen and you're hours behind. So
now, for as many cars as they were actually pretty proficient on the setup there because we got down there and everything was kind of
we got in line
on smooth. Yeah, I thought the line was going to be a lot more chaotic.
See, the line, the way they work it a row at a time. So you're sitting in line, and all of a sudden the line moves. How many cars? 10 at a crack, maybe.
Yep.
So 10 cars moved into the line to get done, and then the next 10, and the next 10.
Yeah, they have this big tech area where they had 4 or 5 rows of cars, 10 deep,
and they had a multitude of people doing. It wasn't just one person doing every single car. It was like a team. And there's 2 things that have to happen. First thing you got to do is check in, basically sick the magazine, make sure you have everything working. You got to have a street car, so it's got to have headlights and taillights and the blinkers and
So that's the first inspection is done by sick the magazine.
Yeah, and they make sure you're in the right class.
Okay.
And if they don't think you're in the right class, they'll tell you what class you should be in. And they make sure you got your insurance and your license plates and your driver's license and all that. So that's one
tech inspection.
And then the next thing is an NHRA tech inspection. They check your seatbelt dates and your helmet dates and make sure your windshield isn't cracked and you got all your lug nuts on and the battery's secure and all that kind of crap. And make sure you're safe for what ET you're going to run for the week.
What were we talking about with the roll cage? Any car that runs under
1150
has to have a roll cage in there.
Yeah.
But
not a roll cage, a roll bar.
Or a roll bar. But some of these new cars like that are fresh off, because I mean you can buy a car today and drive it.
Yeah, there's plenty of factory cars that run faster than 1150. I don't know what the tech inspectors do in that case. You know, it's got airbags everywhere in the car, but no roll cage. I think that's a little safer than a roll bar. They kind of, I don't know if they have a list. I don't know what they do now, because there's a lot of cars, brand new Mopar or Coyote Mustang or whatever that. Those are way faster than 1150. So I'm not sure what they do exactly, but all our Volkswagens passed. Everybody's cool. Yeah. So we finished up and we're ready for tomorrow.
Out of the three of you guys, who's looking the quickest here? Who do you think is gonna set the fastest?
It'll be Chuck. Yeah, I'm not really sure how fast Clint's car. It's turbo and everything, but I don't think he has his setup dialed in.
I think he told me that he runs mid-12s. So.
Okay, so he's right there with me.
Yeah. So I think so. I think because we were kind of talking about his setup and.
Yeah, that car should easily run at a low 12. So.
And Chuck's funny. He came in, teched his car and loaded it up and took it back home with him because he still wants to tweak stuff. Like
he's
the night before the race.
Play with the jets and put his window banner on, and he wants to do it all at home. He's less than an hour away from like an hour, right?
Yeah.
Hour from the track.
He said it didn't matter. He's like, it's just gas. So he's gonna get it home, get it in a shop, and be able to do stuff that he wants to do at the house. But I was just. Because he when he was on our show, he told us a story about how he messed with the jets before the race and ended up screwing everything up.
Yeah, he forgot to tighten down the idle jet. And the thing just ran crappy because he forgot to tighten it down. The jet was just floating in there. He got distracted. You saw it today.
Yeah, it was.
People everywhere.
Yes.
In front of you, behind you, not paying attention. They're just in the way. There's just way. So I think somebody said there's 500 entries or something. So that's probably racers and sick ward.
Oh, so
entries, like what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense, because there's probably over 100 of sick ward. Sick ward is you get to do everything but race.
I signed up for sick ward, and what basically I did is I paid. I think it was $125.
Yeah.
You get the window sticker. You get a wristband. You get entry to everything that goes on through the event, except for when you get to the racetrack, you don't get to race.
Yeah, they put you in a special parking spot, so you all park together. That's in the sick ward, and they feed you.
I get my free hot dog.
Well, you get better than free hot dogs. They actually have a tent at every racetrack.
Oh,
like a what do you call it? VIP type.
I'm VIP. Yes, sir.
Food just for you, just for you guys. So that's kind of nice. You get special parking right next to the grandstand. Usually, it's pretty neat. It's a good deal.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's going to turn out well.
Well, there's a bunch of us. I mean, okay, there's you, Sean, Milky, Ryan, and Chuck's dad. So there's 4 guys that are in the sick ward, which will travel along with us. Then there's us 3 bugs. So there's going to be 7 cars in our little caravan. So it'll be 4 ward cars and 3 racers. And not that we're gonna just be a 7-car caravan all the time. It's
people get lost, people have to stop, people break down, and
people have they want to get going, and we'll just catch up with them. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because we have all these checkpoints. You'll leave a racetrack and you go straight to a checkpoint. I'll just meet you at the next checkpoint, because it's fun to hang out at the checkpoints, because you get to see all the cars.
Yeah, they have these checkpoints set up along the way that are like at a restaurant that's supporting the event. And so you'll have to stop. The racers will have to take a picture of their car in front of this checkpoint to prove that they are there. And a lot of these places will have special things going on for the people that are involved in this. And
yeah, it's could be anything. Could be a restaurant. Could be a closed down drive-in theater. You don't know what it's going to be. It could be a shop that sponsors, race car shop. Could be an ice cream stand. Could be anything. But it seems like every single one of these, it turns into a burnout contest until the cops shut it down.
Well, they said in the thing that they have designated burnouts.
Yeah, but everybody leaving a checkpoint does a burnout leaving. So it's fun just to hang out there and watch people leave.
Good morning and welcome to the show. My name is Sean Smith.
And my name is Prescott Phillips, and this is Brew City Bug Talk.
Hello and good evening and welcome back to the show. It is day 1 of 6 summer racing.
Yeah, pretty successful day too.
It was a long, hot day, but
Warm day, but no breakage.
No breakage. Well, we had one slight breakage, but
Yeah, but that was
a quick and easy
That
fix.
wasn't at the track, so it doesn't really.
It doesn't really count. It
Yeah.
wasn't racing. It wasn't a breakage while racing.
And it wasn't detrimental. So.
Yeah. But it was a pretty successful day. We had 3 Beetles, and all 3 Beetles got down the line. They all ran really good. Actually, we had 2 personal best. Mr. Prescott, tell us about your run.
Yeah, well, so we get in line in the staging lanes, and we weren't next to each other, so we had to talk like other competitors if we could skip in front of them and line up together. And they're cool. Everybody's cool as long as you let them know what you want to do. You don't just do it, You say, hey, man.
I'm going to cut in front of you.
I'm going to cut in front of you. You cool with that? So we did that. We got lined up together. I was in the left lane. Chuck was in the right lane. And that's what people like to see. When they see the Beetles, they want to see them race each other.
Mm-hmm.
When a Beetle races something else that's faster, slower, different.
It's not as cool.
It's the photo op isn't there.
Yes.
But yeah, so I ran a personal best and Chuck ran a personal best, and we ran up together, which is unheard of,
So your personal best, what was your ET?
I ran a 12:24 at 106, and Chuck ran 11:53 at 115.
Man.
And we were both, after the pass, we just look at each other like, that was incredible. And it wasn't even that great a pass. My car shattered the tires, and I didn't have a very good 60-foot, and Chuck wasn't really super pleased with his launch.
I don't know. Chuck's launch looked good because
it looked, but it didn't wheelie as hard as he usually wheelies.
See, I was taking pictures of him because he was lined up closer. I figured later on in the week I'll get pictures of your launch because you'll line up closer to me. But the way it was set up was where I was standing. Chuck was towards me, and then you were away. So I was concentrating on getting pictures of his launch. And yeah, he had a nice wheelie coming out, and then he hit the ground and just left.
Yeah, and usually he does a much more violent wheelie, and this wheelie was just a regular, just lift the front wheels and carry them, and
then
hit second gear.
See ya.
Yeah, and our race looks very lopsided if you look at it on the live feed. He cut a really bad light, and I cut a really terrible light because the reaction time doesn't matter.
Yeah, your launch wasn't as good. Like you can see in the video that
we left so lopsided.
Yep.
Like he left and then I left.
Yep.
So I was way behind him. And I wasn't really worried about cutting a light. You actually should be more worried about red lighting. You see people leave before the tree is even activated.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't even count.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to make sure that the green light is on. I'm leaving,
No, I mean, you put down a solid run. I
Yeah,
mean, personal best. You can't complain with that. I don't care
No.
how long it took you to leave the line. You still ran a personal best.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So my goal for the week was to run a 12:50 average. So I'm well on my way to hitting that. And Chuck's goal was to what did you say? His goal was
to DQ out by running too fast.
Yeah, he can't run faster than 12:50 or 11:50 because of his lack of a roll bar.
And the class he's in.
Yeah,
so
he's got to have a roll bar at 11:50 or
better than 11:50.
Yeah, faster than.
And he said his goal is to get DQ'd out of that class because he ran too fast.
Yeah,
which would be kind of cool. But he's close. I mean, he is.
Oh, he's super
3 seconds
close.
or what is it? Yeah, 3 seconds away.
No,
or a point.
300ths of a second.
300th of a second.
Yeah, so he could do it easily. All he'd need is a better 60-foot, and boom.
Yeah, he's right there.
He's breaking the law. But we ran last. The race order was A, B, C, D. We're in D. D is the 10:50 and slower.
No, I thought it was 11:50 and slower because that's why Chuck would DQ out if he ran faster than 11:50.
No, this is the run groups A, B, C, D. The 11:50 DQ thing is a NHRA rule.
Oh, okay. I was confused.
It has nothing to do with the run orders. So
I will edit something in to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So but we ran so late in the day, and the run order changes each day. Maybe tomorrow we'll run first or second. It's just to give everybody a chance of running first. We'll run first for sure on Friday. They want to get us done and out of there because they got other things going on later.
Yeah, because
in the day.
isn't the D class is like the largest class out there, right? And you got the most cars.
I don't know. I think C is.
I don't know. It's
C
a toss up.
has a lot of
It's a
cars.
toss up. You guys, D has a lot of cars too.
There's
like,
106 or 116 cars in the one class. Dial your own, I think. I'm like, wow, there's 100 cars in one class. And there's 300 and what? 318, right?
Sure. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, they said it during the.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you. It really does sound about right.
There was 318 entries in this, and they said they didn't say how many total with all the sick ward entries. They said close to 500.
Yeah, I think we're close. There are a lot of sick ward cars out there.
Yeah, right, which is cool. I think that helped that they changed the price from whatever it was.
Yeah, rather than having to buy a
or
ticket,
something.
having to buy a ticket at each individual event, now you get a lump sum, and it just makes everything a lot easier.
It down from $400 or $500 down to $125, and I'm like, I would do that. That's a good deal. $25 per, or less than that because you got in on Sunday too. So it's less than $25 a day. You get a free T-shirt. They feed you. Get a banner. You get to do everything the racers get to do except race.
Yep.
And it's very cool. Yeah, very successful day. Other than Chuck smoking another rotor.
Well, hold on. Before you get too fast, we got to talk about Clint Digger.
No, he told us how he
He did tell us how to pronounce Sheldon. Okay, well, we got to talk about Clint anyway. So Clint is the third Volkswagen.
I had it earlier.
It's been a long day. Clint is the third racer with us who's rolling with us. He's driving his 1956 Volkswagen Beetle. He's running a 2234 turbo setup. He only ran a 1311 today. He had a terrible launch off the line.
But it was mile per hour, so
yeah. Oh yeah, he was screaming. He was fast. He was 110 miles per hour. But
right,
I think that
should have been an easy
12 and a half.
Probably a low 12.
Yeah, he said he normally
should have been
runs in
faster
there.
than me, and I went 12:24, and I went 106. So he should have been faster than that, going 110.
Yeah, I think as the week goes on, he gets more comfortable driving. I think we'll see that number.
If he gets a decent 60 foot, I think he'll get down into the high 11s.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
And then we'll get him on the show, and he can tell us how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, well, right now we're in a different hotel.
Half the crew went to the other side of town to stay in a hotel, and then a couple of us went to this side of town to stay in the hotel.
I always stay north of Cordova, and for some reason they stayed north or south of Cordova. I stay north, they stay south. So.
But tomorrow night we're gonna all be together, right?
Yeah, I got us a Airbnb in Dyersville, I think, is where the track is in Iowa. Tri-State Dragway is tomorrow.
I think we're gonna have to force some guys to get on the microphones here.
Yeah, we're all gonna be in the same house, so we should have a
bunch of people.
A midweek 6 summer podcast
shit show
party. That'd be funny.
But it was really cool out there today. I was walking through all the racers, and I actually came across a couple other Volkswagens that were out there.
Yeah, you got other deets. I was busy racing.
Yeah, there's Peter that's like a bad Janikowicz. He's riding I'm sorry, Peter. He's local. He's from Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Yeah, he's from up west.
He's running a 2017 Audi RS3. I know it's not a Volkswagen, but it's an Audi. I mean, it's pretty much Volkswagen.
It's close enough.
Yes, close enough. That thing is quick. He said he normally runs 9.7s in it. He said he had a bad launch today. He ran a 10.32. I didn't get his mile per hour, but that thing is screaming. That thing is pretty nice. He gave me the whole rundown of everything that he has done, and I think every part of that vehicle.
What does that guy usually do? Is it a drag race car, or is it
I didn't ask if it's like a daily driver or something like that. No, but it didn't look like it was gutted inside. So
because who was talking about that? I think it was Keith Turk was talking about. He was surprised at all the crossover cars that were at the track. some of these cars are flying mile cars or half mile cars or drift car, that kind of thing. And they're doing a drag and drive in it. And they're not really... They're fast cars. I mean, they make horsepower, but they just retrofitted their car to run drag and drive, and they're usually a drift car or a...
Yeah, it's you're going in a straight line. If your car is fast doing donuts, you're going to be able to...
Yeah, a drift car or a Bonneville salt flat car, and they're showing up at these drag and drives because it's so much fun. It's really cool. It's a cool atmosphere.
It is a very... Yeah, you walk through the pits, and there's just people everywhere, and everybody's just having a good time.
Oh, my God, it was so crowded today. You couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I think I almost got ran over by like 10 scooters because everybody's got these electric scooters and they're just carting around.
The electric scooter saved my butt all day because I kept forgetting to do stuff. Or I got to go back to the truck. I forgot this. So I just hop on a scooter and away we go. It's the way to go.
Yes, it is. And then the other racer that I ran into is Brandon Parker. He is running a 2016 Golf R. But he's got a Audi. He's got the Audi 2.5. What they call it, the Daza swap in it. So the thing is pretty badass. He said I didn't get his time. I didn't run into him after he ran. But when I talked to him, he said he's ran before and he's running a 11.7 in that thing. So and that thing is pretty nice. It's cool seeing some of the Volkswagens out there. We do have a couple other Volkswagens that are part of the event. They're like they have like a car show going on. I don't know if it's a car show or what it is, but they have like guys who show up with their show cars who are they run under the sick ward, so they're not drag racing or anything like that. They're actually just coming in there cruising around like I'm doing.
Yeah, what happened to the guy with the bus?
So that is Peter Valle. He's got 1966 21 split window bus, super clean. That thing is nuts.
Yeah, because I thought he was going to roll with us.
Yeah, I think he just came down to say hi and chit chat. I mean, I'm sure later on in the week, once he gets more comfortable, knowing everybody, he'll probably roll with us.
We had our usual caravan. We had 7 cars, right?
No, I think we had more than that. I think we had like 8 cars because what's his name was there. I think we had 8 cars going. If I
count you,
yeah,
you in your Honda.
Yes, me and my Honda. I was the only Chuck's dad
was driving a '63 Impala.
Yeah, so I'm not the only non-Volkswagen guy. It is actually cooler than my Honda. But guess what? I got air conditioning, and you guys don't.
Oh, like you needed it today.
Actually, it was beautiful.
74
today.
degrees.
Yes, it was nice. But then we also have another Mike Goody. He came down. He's got a 1973 Volkswagen Super Beetle, and that thing is beautiful. He said he's owned that thing for years. He's got a 1914 in it, dual Webers, just everything on that car.
Yeah, it's a super sweet car.
Very cool.
And he's in the sick ward, and he's rolling with us. So, yeah, I wonder when the guy with the split window bus didn't want to roll with us.
Oh, I'm sure he will later on because he said he's going to come back around. Like I said, I just got his information and was kind of talking to him and just introduced us and
because it looks so sweet, all the Volkswagens rolling down the road.
Yeah, that was like everywhere we go. We were getting chased. What was it? Tell them about the Chevy that was chasing us, taking photos or videos.
That was the guys from Sick. That was Garrett Olson. They're driving a Hellcat.
Yes,
Challenger
not a Hellcat.
Yeah, and
we're just driving down the road. All of a sudden, this Hellcat
next to us. They come
down,
screaming up next to us,
and then dude sticks his whole body out the window. And
he's doing a video
taking
of us. Yeah.
Videos.
Yeah, running down the road. That was a lot of fun. I hope we can find that. During the live feed, they're doing the stuff in between the racetracks and the checkpoints. Just the driving stuff. So hopefully you guys get to see that because we're all in a row. I'm leading the pack, and then I think Chuck was behind me, and then we got Sean Milkey was in his Rabbit, and Ryan is in his GTI, and we had quite the caravan. It was
it was pretty cool. And then all of a sudden, we're at a stop sign. Chuck takes off and then dips into a parking lot, and I guess he ended up blowing up his distributor.
He smoked another rotor. He has the worst luck with these. I don't know where he's getting these rotors, but it seems to me that the rotor gets so warm that the plastic melts, and then the connector that runs past all the contacts just
falls out. Yeah,
it just falls off, and the thing's dead in the water. And he just puts a new rotor on it, and away we go.
Yep, it was seriously like a 10-minute fix.
Yeah, right.
Which is great that it was something.
And
simple.
It happened before. And I'm like looking at these it's a black plastic rotor, and it's like, these, I don't know, because you get a red one when you buy MSD distributor. It's red, right? You get a red cap, red. And then the other ones are like Bakelite looking, they're beige, and they seem harder and more, less susceptible to heat. This black plastic one, it's just like melted. It was so dumb. But he bought a spare to bring along, and I have a spare, and we're good on rotors. Even if he smokes one a day, we'll be all right. But yeah, it's kind of, I look behind him, I'm like, where is everybody? I'm like, I'm just pulling over, and nobody called me, nobody texted me.
I called you, and you didn't answer, but you can't hear anything in your car. So.
Well, I called you back.
Yeah.
And then you said, well, we're fixing it. We'll be right there. I'm like, okay, we'll just pull over here.
But yeah, so we made it. So we left in how far from the track to the checkpoint?
I don't even know, because Chandra was...
I'd say it was probably 50 minutes. 50 minute drive through the countryside along this designated route, and then you have to get to the checkpoint. And the checkpoint tonight was in
Rock
Falls, Illinois, and it was they called it a block party, which was just
which didn't start till 5 o'clock.
Yeah, seriously.
And I wasn't gonna hang around that
everybody was there just kind of like kicking dirt because everybody's there. It's like 4 o'clock. It's hot out. Everybody's been at the racetrack all day, and
there were supposed to be food trucks and everything, and the food trucks were
nothing started till 5 o'clock. Yeah,
and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, so we all just hopped in our cars because we still had another 40-minute drive to the hotel here. So yeah, none of us wanted to stick around because basically all they were doing is they had a burnout box, and so they were doing burnouts. And
I guess they had some live music and stuff.
Yeah, a couple of blocks away, somebody had a live music. It just, I don't know. I don't think the timing was there yet, but it's day one, so who knows? They'll figure it out.
And day one is always the longest day because everybody has to be at the driver's meeting at 8 o'clock in the morning. Nobody could sleep in. Everybody's got to be there.
This morning,
and it's a mad thrash. You got to get rid of your tool vehicles, and Monday's a busy day.
Yep.
And then to throw this in there too, I don't know.
But hey, we got it. Day one is in the books. It's all done. Everybody made it.
Everybody made it. Everybody survived it. I mean, we lived to race another day. Mm-hmm. Everybody made it to their hotel. We'll get up tomorrow. Hopefully, we find out the run order.
Yeah, they send out text updates. That's actually one thing. That's actually one thing I'm actually impressed by because they send out.
My phone blows up every 5 minutes.
They are on top of their updates, so that's actually really.
They tell you when to go to the lanes. When the lanes are closed, what's coming up next.
Yeah, you're never guessing when you're out there. You're just sitting there waiting. So
yeah, your phone is blowing up from the text messages.
But it's pretty cool. Pretty fun time. Yeah, they had Tom Bailey was out there. It's so cool. He's out there driving.
How many hot dogs did you have today?
I had a ton of hot dogs. So Tom Bailey, the owner of Six Summer, he's got this, what vehicle
It's just a step van.
It's a step van, but he's got it all decked out in Sick Summer stuff. It's got this really cool patina on it, and it's a hot dog car. So he's got like a hot dog machine. They got a
hot dog roller like in a Quick Trip.
Yeah, in the passenger seat. So you got your passenger seat, and then you got the hot dog machine there. And they just drive through the pits and stop and hand out hot dogs and ice cream for whoever wants it.
Yeah, I had 2 ice cream sandwiches and 2 hot dogs. I mean, I didn't even buy any food there.
Yeah, and he'll just roll through like I'm sitting there, and there's this $1 billion man driving this hot dog truck.
Yeah, I couldn't believe Tom was driving it. Then other girls jumped in after he kind of
he was there for a little while, and then all of a sudden the girls took it over, and they would just stroll through the pits. And
billionaire Tom Bailey's just giving out hot dogs and ice cream sandwiches.
Super cool. Yeah, he's definitely making it.
He is the greatest.
And then when he's not giving out hot dogs, he's just chilling over there talking to people. He's got the RV parked there, and he's sitting out there and just having a like anybody can walk up to.
I don't think he brought a car.
Well, he crashed. I think the car he had crashed.
Well, the Durango, I think, is wrecked.
Yeah, he crashed it a couple of days ago. It was on YouTube. I watched the video.
And then I think the Camaro 2.0, something's up with that. I don't know if it's not ready or not sure what's going on with there. But he wasn't racing any of his vehicles. He did the route videos with the gasser, with that red gasser he's got. He went backwards through all the routes to make sure the roads were cool and all that. And he owns that too, so I don't know.
But all in all, it was a good day. Tomorrow starts day 2. What track are we at?
We'll be at Cordova,
Illinois.
Yeah.
So we'll be out there all day tomorrow. If you guys are in the area, stop on by, say hi.
Yeah, or check us out on the old interwebs.
Yeah, they're streaming everything live. So
Yeah, it's only $10.
yeah, $10.
$10 is to stream it on Freedom Plus.
And you can watch it all week.
Cletus McFarland's webs or whatever streaming deal. You go to Freedom Plus. You can
Pay your $10.
$10. You
your
can
app.
watch You can watch us drag and drive all the rest of the week.
Yeah, very cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that's all we got for tonight. We're going to wrap it up here. Thank you for listening to this live update of day 1 at 6 Summer.
Yeah, we'll check in again tomorrow.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Good night.
Peace out. No peace out.
Peace out.
Okay. All right. Good morning and welcome to the show. My name is Sean Smith.
And my name is Prescott Phillips, and this is Brew City Bug Talk.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Brew City After Dark.
Yes.
Yeah. It
Bruce
is
City Bug Talk late night.
late night at Brew City Bug Talk. I'm here for you.
I think this is the latest we've ever recorded.
This
something.
is probably the latest recording.
It's like 10:20.
Well, it is day 2 at 6 Summer. We have a ton of stuff to go over tonight. It was a long, eventful day. So why don't you kick it off from the start? Where were we at today, Mr. Prescott Phillips?
Well, we started the day in Iowa. Clinton, Iowa is where we had our hotel room on the other side of the
The
river.
big old Mississippi. It smelled great.
It smelled like dog. We raced at Cordova Dragway.
Yeah, we were probably like 20 minutes away from the racetrack this morning. That's where our hotel was.
Yeah, we were close.
Yeah.
And I've stayed there before because I like that hotel. I don't know. The sheets are smelling.
And they serve up entertainment. I guess there's bum fighting in the parking lot.
Yes. Me and Glenn saw a bum fight. Well, it's actually a bum fighting a crackhead. But that was last year. We missed that this year.
Yeah, there was no entertainment. I was sorely disappointed.
Yeah, so went to the racetrack. What time we get there? Early.
We got there probably around 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Well, the run order changed for day 2. We ran
Second to last.
second to last instead of last.
So the classes are, there's the A, B, C,
And D.
D.
Yeah.
Those are the groups.
Well, there's A, B slick, and then there's A, B radial, and then there's C, and then there's D, which we're in D. So we were second to last. C was last today. So we were in D. And there's like 116 cars or something in C class. So the C class takes a while. But then the A and B, like they ran twice.
Did they?
Yeah, they ran them out, and then they ran C class, and then they ran those guys again.
Yeah.
And then us.
It didn't seem as long as day 1 because, obviously we had the driver's briefing and stuff day 1. So it didn't take that long, but like, I don't know, I felt like once we got through to race, I thought we were, okay, great, we're going to be on the road and ready to go. But no, that didn't happen.
No, we had a lot of things going on. First thing, I got to the track, I wanted to do a jet change. I wanted to change out my emulsion tubes from a F7 to a F2, which I'm glad I did.
So you got your jets changed out. You got everything all set. They call for us to go to the staging line.
Yep.
We get down there. Everybody's lined up. And I took off because I'm going to take photographs of them running. And so I'm waiting for them. I'm on the drag line, and I'm off to the side getting ready to take photographs. And the running order when they drove down there, it was Chuck, Prescott, and then Clint.
Yeah, we were all lined up in the
All
staging
lined up
lane.
right behind each other.
And it was going to work out perfectly. I counted cars. We were the 9th and 10th car.
And so I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I see Clint and Prescott pull up to the line. And I'm like, this is odd.
Mm-hmm.
And so go ahead, tell them about your first run.
My first run, I thought I was going to do good. I left the line, made the pass, got time slip, and it was like 12:60. And I'm like, why did the car slow down so much? 12:60, and I ran a 12:24 on Monday. And I'm like, oh, man, what's going on? So it's like, and it was down on mile per hour, and when the mile per hour is down, that means you're down on horsepower. And then on the return road, it dawned on me, I have an adjustable timing knob that you can adjust the timing on the fly, and I use that just driving down the road. I can crank the timing back, which is easier on the motor. The motor runs cooler, all that good stuff.
So you didn't have your timing set
So I
correctly.
didn't turn it back up to like 30 degrees, 29, 30 is what I had.
So you ran a 12 what?
60.
1260.
Yeah, with the timing at about 24 maybe.
All right, so before we get ahead of ourselves, because I want this man to explain his run, we have in the house here, sitting here next to me, is Mr. Clint. We brought him on the show just so he could clarify how you pronounce your last name.
Shy Dagger.
Shy Dagger. Mr. Clint
see how
Shy
Dan-
Dagger
Yeah.
is in the house.
Shy Dagger. It's a very dangerous name.
Yes, it is. We were adding way too many letters and syllables.
We were going to be racist without even trying.
Oh, trust me, I grew up with the last name.
Oh my goodness. So Clint, so tell us about your run. So you line up. So I guess all right. So to back the story up
Did
a
you
little
run
bit.
against me?
No,
You were one behind me.
one behind, yeah.
So to back the story up, what happened was Chuck's MSD box blew up when he was in the staging lane.
Yeah, he didn't have any spark.
And so they told them guys to go, and all of a sudden Chuck went to start his car, and it would not start. So then Prescott and Clint go around him, and they're going. They line up. Prescott does his run. Clint, how was your run?
Oh, it was better than the day before.
So what did you? So the day before you ran a 13:10, 13:10, and you had a really funky launch. Like you bogged down and then took off, and it didn't run right. But this one looked way better this time. So what'd you run today?
Ran a 12:53 at 113.
And what did you change? Everything.
I changed the.
I bought a new car, a totally different car.
Probably should explain it. My car is a MS3 Mega Squirt with a turbo, and basically I did a little laptop tuning on it.
Tell our fans, our tens of listeners, what your combination is.
Yeah, we gave the breakdown of your car, but go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah.
tell
The,
us.
the car itself is a 56 Beetle. It's got a 2234cc motor in it, so it's built with 92 millimeter thick wall pistons and an 84 millimeter crank. Steve Long racing cam, custom grind. I don't remember what the specs are, so I can't tell you.
Super secret. That's what we like.
Oh,
to say.
it's got.
Yeah, just tell everybody it's super
secret. Yes,
There you
yes,
go.
yeah.
Because you're so damn fast, you don't want anybody to know how
Yes.
we got that.
Yep.
fast.
And wedge port. Oh, not wedge port. I got to correct myself there. Square port CB performance heads.
Right, like the Pro Gas ones or whatever they call them.
Yep.
And then you're running a turbo setup.
A turbo setup at EFI. It's kind of a Frankenstein combination. Stuff I pulled out of junkyards and bought off of eBay.
No,
So you
it's
got
actually pretty cool.
like a Ford 5.0 throttle body or something.
That's a Chevy 2-liter, like an early 2000s 2-liter throttle body.
Cool. And a Mega Squirt and
Mega Squirt, yeah. MS3.
MS3.
With the expansion board, so I think they call it an MX3X.
Now, before this drag and drive event, have you ran the car as it's set up right now?
Yeah, I've been working on the combination for 15 years.
Okay, so what has this car ran before?
The best ET is a 1212, and that's bouncing out of fourth gear on about the 1,000-foot mark. And I was in my street trim, so I had my heavy wheels on.
Okay, so
So
you
now,
got
was that with the 5-speed or 4-speed?
That was the 5-speed, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
he has a Berg 5
transmission.
transmission, so
Yep.
it's got close ratio of third and fourth.
Very cool.
It's a hot setup.
with your setup, you should be dipping in the 11s, right? If you can
Yes.
get everything dialed in and locked in, by the end of the week, we should see you running in the 11s.
Yeah,
Yes.
he better if he doesn't run 11. I'm gonna
We'll push it. We'll push it a little quicker.
drag it behind something that doesn't do 11. You just toe strap yourself to the.
To the 6-second car that was running there.
Look how fast I am.
Mullet on 7 cylinders.
Yeah, Mullet on. There's a guy Mullet on 7. He's running. What is he running? He's got a El Camino twin turbo monster.
Yeah, it's a
and
Steve Morris big block.
and he runs-
SMX, I think they call it.
Yeah.
The first time out, he ran 6s, and then
660.
he dropped a cylinder, and so today he was running it on 7 cylinders, and he still put up like a
7-second run,
Yeah.
which
It's
is
like, I
crazy.
think it still went 702 or something.
It is nuts. There's some fast boys
And
out
it
there.
sounded like,
And gals.
it was crazy. Yeah.
But so once you get your car all dialed in, you should be running pretty good. How was your run today? So you get up to the line. Tell us about your run.
It felt really good, other than it still had a little bit of a bog on the line. I did increase the RPM launch some. I'm still working on that. I'll probably increase it a little bit more tonight.
What do you mean you increased what?
The launch, I was launching, I think, first day I launched at 3,500 RPMs, and today I launched at 39, so I might push it to 42 tomorrow.
Yeah, which is for an NA guy like me is unheard of. I mean, we're leaving at $7,000, $8,000, trying to get the inertia of the flywheel to move the car, and not just brute horsepower. So that's kind of different.
So then after these boys run their runs and they go back, and so I run back over there to the starting line, and I see Chuck basically tearing into his car. So he's sitting on the starting line and he has no spark. Pulling out his distributor, he's checking this, he's checking that.
Yeah, no, if you listen to yesterday's show, you know that Chuck had problems with the rotor blowing up. And that's the first thing he checked. He thought, damn it, blew up another rotor. And so he pulls the cap off, and the cap's fine, and the rotor's fine, and he can't figure out why the spark is dead. And so he thought it was the distributor, and he bought another distributor, so he changed that out. That didn't fix the problem. Then he thought maybe it was the coil. So changed the coil, and his coil's mounted
Underneath the car. So
above the transmission.
Oh, man.
So you gotta imagine this whole time, like the way Prescott is explaining it, it's like, yeah, he just did this, he did. No, we had to run back up to the pits.
Yeah, and mind you,
we were
the
at.
car was still in the staging lanes.
Yeah, so we're fixing it on the staging lane. So we're running up there on our scooters, grabbing parts and tools and dragging them back, and he's down there tearing the car apart. Then he jacks it up, and he's underneath the car, and he's pulling the coil and putting in a new coil, and it was chaotic for a moment, and it was hot there, so I know the stress and the heat.
Yeah, and I had
just-
already made my pass and had my car sitting in the pits, and I come back, I rode my scooter, because somebody said, "Oh, Chuck's broke. Let's go and fix it." So I raced down there, and he's like, "Oh, I want to do this and I want to do that." I'm like, "Okay, let's just do it. What do you need?" So I started running parts back and forth, and then our good buddy Mike Goody come through in a pinch. He says, "Well, I got a brand new Pat Downs ignition."
Well, I was gonna say, can we even talk about that? Like,
Why not?
I don't know.
Why can't we?
Drag and drive. Bring what you got.
Yeah.
Oh, you can get parts
You
from
can
other
get
people.
parts.
Okay.
You can get
All right,
all
never
parts
mind. I'll edit out the question again. So yeah, we got. I didn't want to blow Chuck's cover here.
Yeah, you can borrow parts from a guy in a parking lot.
Okay.
You just can't get no help putting them in.
All right.
Yeah,
Then
you
that-
can't get any help putting them in, and
Good thing nobody helped him.
Either
Yeah.
make
Nobody
more
helped.
For you.
Yeah, Mike brought the box
Okay.
of parts over, and he said, "Here it is." Boom.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I had to cut it open with a knife. I mean, it's brand new. Nobody,
God.
everything was
You
brand new.
helped. You helped.
I can help.
I'm just kidding.
I'm a driver in a drag and drive. I can help. So,
But no, it was awesome. Yeah. Luckily, he had that part in his part stash because.
yeah, he had a brand new. What do they call it, Mike? Pat Downs has a name.
Come on over here to the microphone. So our listeners, just so you guys know, we are staying in an Airbnb tonight with it's a 2-bedroom Airbnb with 1 bathroom, and there's probably 12 of us
Pat
in this
Downs,
house. So it's going to be a fun time tonight.
Shock something.
Shockwave.
Yeah.
Shockwave.
Come on over here and introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Mike Goody from Chicago.
And he's in the sick ward.
I'm in the sick ward, yeah.
Yeah, so he brought his bug. What year bug is that?
So I bought a 73 Super Beetle
With air conditioning.
with air conditioning.
Air conditioning.
Lame. But the car was pretty fast. I seen you pass that semi.
I did a little better than the other group. They played chicken with the semi. Chuck's dad played some chicken with the semi.
Yeah, you didn't have to play chicken with that semi pass. I made sure there was plenty of room for all of us to pass that semi.
Yeah.
But that
Now,
was
the Super
funny.
Beetle moves out. It's got a 1914 in it with dual 44s.
Yeah, right. So you were all good. Did you have to turn the air off to pass the semi?
No. Air stayed on.
So Mike, in his spare parts stash, had a brand new Pat Downs Shockwave ignition system. It's distributor, coil, wires, all brand new in the box. He just I might need this, so I'm gonna bring it along.
Well, you know what's sad? I had probably 10 Volkswagens, and when I was leaving for this, I wanted to bring a couple of spare parts, and I didn't have a spare rotor. I didn't have a spare rotor in my stats, which I don't know how that happened, but I didn't. So I'm like, well, I have this box, because I have a 67 that I have out in Arizona that's got a 2332 in it, and I was going to put that ignition system in there.
Well, you're gonna have to have to steal it back up with Chuck's car.
Exactly.
So we we should have did an unboxing video.
That's right. It would have been a great sell. Pam would have to give us all a commission on everything.
He'd have to give us all a free one, because we should have did an unboxing in the staging lanes.
And to save the day.
Yeah, because there's nothing more stressful than trying to fix your car and then having these jerks behind you. Hey, this is an unboxing video of this brand new distributor.
Chuck's like,
so I whip the distributor off. I take the cap off so we can set it in there. He's like, oh, I go, you got to use the clamp. The clamp is specific to that distributor, so we got to use that clamp, and that, boom, we get that on. We wired up the coil right to the alternator.
He was not able to shut his car off.
We just hot wired it, and we plugged it all in, and we had no idea where the timing was, and then he hit the key, and he started turning the distributor, and it banged a couple times. I'm like, we're in business.
I think everybody started clapping. Yeah, we were all
best back I've ever heard. You know?
Yeah, and Chuck said a couple minutes ago, when everybody clapped when it started up, it was the most amazing feeling.
I think there was a few tears shed.
Yeah, yeah, it was awesome. So that we just did a quickie timing job on it.
Yeah, and then Chuck. Yeah, so Chuck has all these problems. And so he goes up to the line, and he did exactly what we talked about last night. He ran his fastest ever at 11:48.
11:48. And he's only teched for 11:50.
So he couldn't turn that time in. So we had, if you don't run a good run in your bracket, you have to wait till the end of the day when they open up the lanes. All runs.
Yeah.
So after all that, Chuck gets up there and he smokes his time, and then he was like, well, I can't turn this run in now, so now we gotta wait. Everybody was like, all right, I guess we're waiting.
Yeah, and then since Chuck was waiting, I wanted to make another pass too. I didn't take the slicks off my car, nothing. I kept it right in race trim. I said, if you're gonna go, I'm gonna go again, because I blew it by not changing the timing. So I'm like, and everybody's like, make sure the timing's right. I'm like, yeah, I got it all. So then, when the all run what time was it by then? 3:30 or something?
Yeah, it was later in the day. It turned into a long day then.
Yeah, so we lined up together against each other. I lowered my personal best to a 12:15.
Yeah, you ran a 12 perfect launch. Like, I've been watching the past couple of days, and your launches haven't been as good. Today it was spot on.
Today it did a little bunny hop, a little wheel stand, and it blasted
off.
And it was a good 60 foot. I gotta get. I hope the guy Chuck took a picture of his time slip, because I handed mine in without taking a picture of it. So I don't even have my personal best. I have no proof of, not even a picture.
Yeah.
But
pictures or it never happened.
Yeah. So we handed that in. So that lowered my average for the week down to 12:20.
Yeah.
So I'm doing good.
You're rocking.
So like we talked about yesterday, set a personal best, and so did Chuck. Against each other, we both lowered our personal bests, and that's the first time that's ever happened in my life. Now we both lowered our personal best again 2 days in a row. The only thing that was different, we didn't do it.
Yeah, you didn't race each other.
We didn't race each other.
Yeah.
So that was the only difference. But his personal best is now an 11:48. Mine is a 12:15 in that car, and we're just gonna keep going here. That the week's been amazing.
We have high expectations for you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, you're gonna run 11s.
You better. I mean, you've got nothing else to do but get better. I mean, you can always get worse.
Well, I went from a 24 to a 15. So what's the difference? 9?
Sure. Yes. Yeah, 9.
So I got to take 9 off. So I got to run a 06.
Don't look at me for math. You know, pieces in there.
Yeah. So Mike Goody, I says, order some pizzas for us. He goes, 4? You think 4's good? And then the order comes to the door. There's 5 pizzas there.
There's 5 large pizzas.
Yeah, I'm like, 5 large pizzas. Oh, I'm bad at math.
But yeah, so some of the other drivers out there, I mentioned Peter last night. I forget his last name, but he's running the Audi. I got him trackside today, and he ran a 10:26 was his fastest, and then he went out for a second run and ran a 10:35. So he was trying to get his average. I think yesterday I said he was at a 10:30 average, so he was trying to dial that in a little bit better. I didn't get a hold of Brandon in his GTI, but I will track him down tomorrow so I can give you guys updates on his numbers. Like we said, Prescott ran his 12:15. Clint ran a 12:53, so he lowered his time. And then Chuck ran he ran a 11:48, and then he went back. His second pass, he just slowed it down, so he ran like a 12.
Yeah, when he ran me, we ran together, right?
Yeah.
And he ran a 12:20.
Yeah, 12:20. Yeah, he was just trying to get
He
the
needed
time.
to slip the hand
Yeah,
in.
so he needed something to hand in. So he
He
wasn't.
lifted, and he goes, well, I'll just lift at the end and just blip the throttle, and he blipped it way early.
Yeah, but he still ran it. I mean, he ran an easy 12:3. I mean, that's craziness.
Yeah. So.
But then the excitement did not end there because now that we're done racing for the day, we had to drive to where are we at tonight? We're in Iowa. We had to drive to Tri-State, but before we could get here, there were 3 checkpoints on the route tonight.
Oh yeah.
And it was actually kind of cool. The first checkpoint was
Actually, it was kind of like 4 checkpoints.
4.
Well, the burnout.
Oh, I thought that was the first
what
checkpoint.
would they call it? Tire check?
Tire check.
Yeah, the tire check.
So they had everybody in competition do a burnout underneath this big American flag with the cops all with their lights on. It was crazy. It was the coolest thing ever. So you got out the line, and you were putting water out, and you did a burnout, and the next guy did a burnout, next guy did a burnout. It was crazy. It was a lot of fun. I got a video on Facebook. I'll put
He'll post it for us. So.
Yeah, I'll share it on the Brew City Bug Talk Facebook page, and you'll see that it's an in-car shot with Chuck's wife just giggling and laughing, and she's like, "This was the coolest thing ever." And I'm like, it was just the first gear burnout.
But it was actually kind of cool. So we had quite a parade going.
Yeah, we had 7 cars.
We had 9 cars at one point because we picked up 8 cars.
8
cars at one point.
When we had the bus.
Yeah, we had
What happened to him?
He knew. He had mentioned to me that because I told him we were going to the Airbnb, so he's like, well, as soon as we get to one of the checkpoints, he's like, I'm just going to dip off because we're going to go to our hotel room. So at the
but we had another 3 checkpoints.
I think they wanted to spend more time at the Motion City
he did mention something that he had more sightseeing to do.
Yeah. Him and his wife. I'm talking about Pedro Valle. I'm butchering names again, but sorry about that. Pedro has his split window bus that I talked about yesterday.
21 window.
It's 21 split window bus. It's so nice. But he joined us for the drive out there to the checkpoints today. So we had a nice little parade of Volkswagens.
Oh, he
driving
did
down
make
the road.
it. He was at the Motion Raceworks.
Yep. That's where he left us.
seeing
Was
him
at
there.
the Motion Race. He parked at Motion Raceworks, and then we parked over here, and then he kind of started walking around.
So he went to like 2 checkpoints with us. Okay.
Yeah, but so yeah, we had a nice little parade going. We had a nice little time.
Yeah, and I was leading the pack for most of the time, and we stuck together pretty good. Those guys went and broke laws, but it wasn't my fault.
I consistently ran. I ran more
Red lights.
Dark yellow lights today than I probably have in my whole adult life.
The green arrow was green for like a split second, and all of a sudden it turned to yellow. I'm like, 2 cars went through. What the hell?
And it was red forever.
And I'm like, I'm going to lose these guys. And I'm like, I look behind, and everybody's just blowing through it.
It was yellow. It
wasn't
yellow.
there
The officers listening, it was yellow.
Wasn't there a baseball bat involved sometime too?
At one of the lights, somebody got a little squirrely with Sean, the other Sean 1.0 or 2.0. I don't remember what.
OG Sean.
OG Sean, they call him. But the other Sean, so somebody got us a little squirrely. So he's driving around the road. This guy's yelling at him. He pulls out a baseball bat and he's holding his bat outside.
Where was this?
This was back in the city. That's what I'm saying.
In Rapid
Rapid City or
what's the name of the town we went through? No,
No, I think it was Rapid City.
Is that the
It
name?
was the one with all the stoplights.
Yeah,
And
right,
You
right, no.
You were at the front, so you didn't see any of this. But
Rock Falls.
Rock Falls.
Rock
We were-
Falls, Iowa.
Yeah, it got a little squirrely because there were so many cars, and he's
Right.
at front, and he would hit the green light. But then by the time
Soon
it
as it
got
turned green,
halfway,
I'd go fast. And then
halfway
I'm like,
through
come on,
it,
let's go.
all of a sudden it would start turning yellow and darker shade of yellow, and we just kept going. We did not run any red lights. It was dark yellow.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, we're staying together. This is awesome. Because I was getting ready to pull over and like, okay, we're still a giant group here.
Yeah,
This
it
is
got a
awesome.
little wild, and then we were driving down this 2-lane. We're driving down this 2-lane highway, and there's a semi that split us up somehow. I don't know how that happened.
He was 4-way stops, and I went, and then he went. And,
So
yeah.
he got in the middle of us, and then we're going down the road, and obviously every time we get to a passing zone, we're all flying around him. Well, Chuck's dad is driving with us, and what's he driving?
Yeah, 63 Impala.
A 63 Impala.
I don't think he was driving, was he?
No, was it-
Jerry was driving?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chuck's
the other-
dad's friend Jerry is his co-pilot.
Yeah, and he's like 100 years old too, right?
So he was driving, and he goes to pass his truck, and I'm at the very back, and so I'm seeing all this, and it just got sketchy because all of a sudden the no passing lane stops, and there's traffic coming at him. This car, like it was like a chicken race, and all I see is this Bonneville fly over in front of the semi at the very
Impala.
last second, or the Impala fly over in front of the semi at the very last second. I thought we were
And
gonna,
some guy in an F-150 had to go four-wheeling.
oh my god, it was.
It was NASCAR in that.
Yeah, it was.
So he only put 2 wheels in the ditch.
Yeah, it wasn't as dramatic as we're making it out to be, but it looked kind of sketchy from where I was at. So
And I didn't know any of this happened until we stopped for snacks at that truck stop convenience store thing, which was
oh yeah, so we stopped for snacks at this truck stop convenience store, and we're all there. We're eating our food, and then we're like, all right, let's get out of here. And we go to take off, and all of a sudden,
yeah.
Chuck's car had an issue again.
Yeah, Chuck's car was like would not run, wouldn't idle, wouldn't do nothing.
It had some popping going on, so there he starts tearing off his deck lid again. He's looking everything over, and he comes to find out that one of his intakes.
Well, we were gonna leave. He said, screw it, let's just go. And then he was putting a deck lid back on, I think, and he grabbed the carburetor, and carburetor moved. You're like, oh man. And he goes, well, I figured it out, and I'm ready to go. I'm strapped in my car, and he's like, I figured it out. I said, so how long is it to fix it? Oh, 20 minutes. I'm like, 20 minutes. Come on, I'll give you a hand. We'll make it 10.
So what was the problem?
The manifold to the head loosened up. So all we did was take the carburetor off the manifold. And mind you, that thing sucked up so much heat, I burnt my thumb just trying to... So he's got that manifold held down to the head with the special nuts you can buy from CB that you use an Allen wrench for. And they can get real close to the manifold. That's what he has holding them on. And
Hey guys, can you keep it down there? We're trying to do a live podcast here. Come on, let's be a little professional here, please.
yeah, not too many comments from the peanut gallery
Yeah.
over there. But we pulled the carburetor off the manifold and we tightened up the manifold and put that back on, and then we hit the road again. And he kept turning his idle. And then when we pulled over to the last checkpoint, he goes, it's idling at 2,800 or something. And he kept turning it down and turning it down. Well, yeah, when you don't have a vacuum leak anymore. And you can turn the idle down. So then we went, the last checkpoint was, I don't know the name of the city, but it was some hot rod shop. And I says, we got to get going. We are hours behind.
Yeah, we still had
We had
checkpoint
2
3.
hours of cruising.
Yeah, it was
to
a
do it.
long day of driving because we got to the third checkpoint and we still had an hour drive to the Airbnb.
Yeah, and then people are running out of gas.
Yeah, oh yeah, we had to stop for gas, we had to stop for snacks, and it was just a long drive.
And then we had to hit this Airbnb, and it's like we had this big caravan, and
Then Clint's car started.
we lost him.
At one point, we were on the freeway and we went to get off, and everybody started passing him because he started slowing down. What was wrong with your car? So what's going on?
I don't know. It kind of fixed itself.
But
Self-healing.
Well, that burnout, the clean tire check, you got all these photographers and videographers there, so you got to do a burnout. You get egged on to do it.
Can't look like a bitch in front of the photographer.
So when I come out of there, the car just didn't want to run. It just kept spitting and sputtering every time I tried to get on it. And
It was mad at you.
yeah, it was mad. It shouldn't have been. It's trying to make it famous.
Yeah, right. It
And
just-
so you wouldn't go past 65 miles per hour. So we're all on the freeway, and we're doing the freeway speed of 70. And so everybody kind of
and I don't even have a speedometer, so I have no idea what 70 is. I'm just going. I think this is 70, 65.
Well, I think some of the roads are 65, guys.
No, we follow all the speed limits
No,
here.
we were going
Brew City
70.
Bug Talk, we care about traffic laws, and we follow
We don't
them
break
all.
any
We did
rules.
not break any rules. We follow them to a T. Everything we're talking about, we're just making up for your entertainment value.
Okay.
Yeah. This
So-
is all fictitious.
Yes. So we got off the freeway, and he got stuck behind. There were two cars in front of him because he got passed by everybody, and he got stuck behind these two cars that got
Didn't
off
you
on.
get stuck behind a farm implement? Or something?
Yeah, it was a couple of utility workers, and they were going slower than I was.
Yeah. So we're going down this road, and all of a sudden I can't see Clint anymore, and I'm the last guy, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, oh my god. So I start messaging people, and I'm like, does he have the address to the Airbnb? And they're like, no. And I'm like, we should probably stop for him because we've lost him.
Yeah, so I pulled over, and right after a roundabout, and I'm like, I'm just gonna stop here, and then all of a sudden he shows up behind him. Everything's fine. Well, let's go, man. We're losing daylight.
I was like, dude, you take the lead. We'll follow you. That way nobody has to pass you.
And then Sean messaged me. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna run out of gas." Like, geez, OG Sean. And I'm like, didn't he fill up to? He's driving a Rabbit, right?
Yeah.
And that thing's got to get a zillion miles to the gallon. And I'm thinking, didn't he fill up when we filled up?
Everybody before we left or right after we left the racetrack this morning, we stopped for gas. Everybody filled up.
We stopped in Iowa.
Yeah.
You don't want to get gas in Illinois because it's like 50 cents more a gallon. So as soon as you go over to Mississippi, boom, there's a gas station there, Amoco. We all rolled in there. We all filled up.
We were there for a good 20 minutes because everybody was
And he
filling
didn't
up.
put any gas in?
Apparently not. I don't
Guess
understand
not.
why.
He's like, I'm not going to make it. I'm like, oh, man.
Like, where did you think we were going, Sean? Come on.
Come on.
I know you're listening to this. Come on, Sean.
So we pulled over to Casey's and got gas. And it's like, and then there's people going, where are you going? Where all these cars are going? And then,
Everybody likes seeing the Beatles. It's
yeah,
kind
and
of
they
cool.
see a bunch of Beatles and they're super curious. And then even when we rolled into this Airbnb, all the neighbors came over with their dogs.
It's like, you raced these?
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
And it still gets me. The ladies are like, the engine's in the back.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
All right, so I think what do we have tomorrow? So tomorrow we are racing at Tri-State Racetrack.
Yep. It's a different. It's a nice track. It's a different place, though.
I heard everybody described it as a terrible track. So
The track surface itself it's pretty fast, but they don't have. It's not like Cordova where they have a real event there that they need to have decent traction. So they got scrapers and sprayers and all the equipment to do it. This is just a bracket racing hillbilly type of place.
So basically, everybody's hit their number so far. So Clint's the only one who we're gonna do some tweaking to your car.
He's got some room to make up.
Yeah. So he's, like I said, hopefully by the end of the week he's pushing 11s, high 11s, low 11s, whatever. He'll take it because I think it's capable of doing it.
Yeah, the equipment's there. Just need to get the combination
Even if it's a 1211, because that'd be my best time.
No, I want a 11.99 and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty badass.
Trust me, so would I.
Yeah. All right, so Clint, where can our listeners find you if they want to look you up and see you? And
Yeah,
check
we
out your cool stuff?
didn't touch on that.
Yeah.
Clint has his own YouTube
I
channel.
was just doing that right
Yep.
now. Thanks for ruining my intro.
No, sorry for
Well, it's
sorry for interjecting.
You sit in your corner and be quiet.
I do that all the time, anyways.
It's a DDK56VW, and it's on all platforms.
No,
All
you're
platforms as far as
Instagram, well, they used to call it Twitter, and of course YouTube.
all right.
Yeah, everybody knows that Twitter is X.
Okay, and I think that's pretty much all we have.
Well, let's talk a little bit about YouTube.
YouTube.
We got a YouTube,
We do have a YouTube.
so I mean, but we don't have as many. How many?
How many followers or subscribers or what are they?
I think I'm about 1,700.
17. Oh my God, you're a rock star compared to us.
I know.
I think we got
and
4.
How many videos do you have?
I don't remember.
It's in the hundreds.
Come on,
right?
make up a
couple
number.
hundreds.
Make up a number. It's okay.
We'll say 250 then.
Yeah, 250 videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. I'd have to look it up. But.
Yeah, he's every time he works on his bug or unboxes something, or I've watched a lot of them.
Well, most of the time that's cruising in a small car, but I do big boat cruises too, and sometimes fishing.
We didn't touch on the fish for some reason.
Yeah, some reason we failed to leave that out.
Yeah, we just do Volkswagens and beer drinking.
Beer drinking. Yes.
Or-
I'm the only one who seems to be drinking on this
I'm
trip.
drinking beer. It's root beer.
Yeah, root beer.
Yeah, same here.
root
Yeah,
beer.
see, it's brewed.
You guys make me feel
Roots.
like an alcoholic, but I'm only drinking 3 beers. All right, well, I think that's all we have for tonight. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed our guest in the peanut gallery. I was kidding when I told you guys to shut up. You didn't have to get quiet. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at those looks.
They're in the corners.
Yeah, they look sad over there. They're sitting on the floor, looking at his phone.
Dude, we got yelled at.
Well, you only hear the voices. They couldn't see the faces. They had to go with it.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, see.
over there whipping us the birds.
That's why we're on the radio.
You guys have a face for radio. Just kidding. All right, well, thank you guys for listening, and have a good night.
Yeah, peace out.
Peace out.
Keep shifting those gears.